Shel Talmy, the architect of rock's explosive sound. There's no mistaking the sound. A barre chord cuts through the air, the guitar teetering on the edge of distortion. The snare kicks in, each hit roaring like a 69 GTO. These are the songs You Really Got Me, My Generation, and the one-two punch of a well-respected man in Sunny Afternoon. This was the work of Shel Talmy, the wildly underrated producer who passed away recently at 87. Talmy's signature sound is as British mod as a Vespa weaving through Carnaby Street. Yet Sheldon Talmy wasn't British at all. Born in Chicago, raised in Los Angeles, he didn't touch down in swinging London until he was 25. By 1963, just a year after arriving, he crossed paths with a band called The Ravens, led by the ever-feuding Ray and Dave Davies, and signed on to produce them. A name change later, the Kinks released You Really Got Me in August 1964, inventing punk before punk had a name. Dave Davies slashed his amp with a razor to get that raw fuzz, but the drums? That was all Talmy. While most producers used 2 or 3 microphones, he rigged up a dozen, placing them strategically around the kit. The result, Dave's hacked-up green amp, the hyper-mic'd drums, Ray's sneering delivery, was a sound unmistakably his. And it stuck. The Kinks shot to stardom, a rebellious working-class counterpoint to the Beatles and the Stones. Pete Townshend heard what was happening and called Talmy. Soon he was behind the board for The Who, channeling their controlled chaos into I Can't Explain, My Generation, and Anyway, Anyhow, Anywhere. That last one had a solo so drenched in feedback the record label thought it was a studio mistake. Talmy's peak as a producer was brief, though he landed another hit in 1966 with Friday on My Mind by the Easy Beats. By the 1970s, he was spending less time in the studio, but he never disappeared. He even wrote a novel, What Do We Do Now, Butch? A wild tale that imagined Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid teaching a young Winston Churchill how to play poker in early 1900s London. So why did the Kinks split? Ray Davies. Davies was resentful of the fact that he was producing the records and wanted full control. Fair enough. The Kinks went on to make the Kinks Are the Village Green Preservation Society and Arthur. Townshend replaced Talmy with Kit Lambert, and later Glyn Johns, one of Talmy's own engineers, for Who's Next. As both bands evolved, Talmy was sometimes written off as just a knob twister. But listen to the Creation's 1966 single Making Time, another Talmy production. It's the best Who song The Who never recorded. Wes Anderson and music supervisor Randall Poster knew exactly what they were doing when they dropped it into Rushmore, scoring Max Fisher's over-the-top, club-filled attempt to shield himself from reality. Shel Talmy didn't just produce records, he captured lightning in a bottle.